everybody and welcome on today's video. Today I'd like to do some work on this Ginseng ficus, which has been growing quite well, I must say, and is starting to look a little bushy. So I think it is time to work on the pads, and I'm going to do that by directional pruning. I don't think that any wiring will be necessary. Well, you can always wire something, but I think clip and grow for this kind of tree is okay. I wouldn't advise it for conifers because you have to cut back way too much stuff on conifers to have the exact branch in the exact location that you want. But I think for some kind of trees that looks very good as a technique. So let's come a little closer and see what can be pruned. So this is the tree from a closer view, and I'm going to start with the lowest branch, which is this one here. And well, it's difficult to see anything on these branches because they are so very much well, dense, I must say, so dense that it is difficult to see anything. So here I have a little branch going straight up, so no, I don't need that. And leaves going straight down I will also remove. I have two extremities here, so this one grows down, but it might be interesting. So I mean this one, so that I'm going to keep. This grows, well, that's nice. This one grows a little too much up, so I'm going to reduce it. I'm going to cut it back because I have better branches here and here. So this grows straight up. I'm going to remove that. Then there is some stuff here in the back, so this grows up, can come off, and I have a few leaves pointing down that I want to remove. And this looks okay, so I'm just going to shorten this a little bit. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, second branch is this one. This branch is a little weak, by the way. This one is much more dense. So I have a branch here growing up, and the same branch grows this way. So the upward part I don't need. There's a little stump here. This one is in the right direction, but it's double. So, what should I do here? Well, I'm going to keep the thickest one and remove this one completely. This is really nice. There's a new little shoot, and there's another little shoot here, which I can shorten. This big leaf is really not nice. And here I'm going to prune back to a downward facing leaf, remove some of the biggest leaves, and that's it. There's a little branch here in the back, and I'm always asking myself, do I need this or not? Now you see, if I remove it, it makes a gigantic hole, but it is very thin compared to the others, so for this one I'm not going to do anything. Then there is this other branch here in the back which has a nice ramification here, but this one straight up, don't want that. And then a nice little side branch right here, so I'll keep that. Then I have a branch growing in this direction and one growing straight up. And it's not a surprise, I'll remove the straight up one and then prune back the tip here and hope for some back budding. There's another one pointing straight up here, so that's no go. And then in the back, same, straight up. That's nice here, that's good. Maybe it's getting a little long. And the same here. There are a few leaves here, so it means that there might be a bud. And again, everything pointing straight up has to be removed. And some of these leaves can also be removed because that's too big. Okay. This branch needs some ramification and maybe a little wire if it doesn't sprout out anything in this direction. So this has always been a problem branch, rather thick, so that's one that I need to keep short, so I will remove quite a lot. This grows straight down, that's not nice. And here straight up, and it's already a heavy branch, so I really have to be a little more severe here and remove some more. And then we have this branch that is doubling. You see there's a branch under this one. And I'm going to remove that completely. Well, that certainly cleans it up. So, this branch here, very congested. A whole cluster of growth. So this is a good one, but this one can be shortened. There is one straight growing straight up, so that's not good. And by just removing that one, it opens up a whole lot. This is one becoming two, I think, yeah. So maybe removing a few big leaves. Okay. And then we're in the apex. So here I have a little shoot crouch, in the crouch, so that's not good. But then here, that's a complicated thing. I have a quite heavy branch for this height, a smaller one here. So I think that I might just try to lose a whole portion. I don't think you can see that. Maybe if I remove this leaf. This one is nice. And then we have a few new little branches. This one grows straight up, so I'll remove that. And then we have 1, 2, 3 here. And I'll remove the one growing down. It's always nice to remove downward growth because then it defines the pads. And because this is an apically dominant tree, it's always good to remove more in the top. But slowly it's getting some ramification. Will never be my favorite tree because of this terrible root base that I might carve out like Nigel did, but I don't know. I don't know. This is a little back branch, and here we are in the top. So here again, I just need to clean out some third branches and remove the growth that is growing straight up. Also removing some dead stumps. Almost there. And this is the highest point. So let's clean up this surface. Everything is very tight in the pot here. It's starting to become pot bound, but it's also starting, I must say, to look like a tree instead of a bush. I kind of like it. So here a little tree 60. Horrible wound at the back, but it's closing, but this is going to take a whole lot of years. But that's not bad for a tree that was, well, you know, these Ginseng ficuses, they are really not that attractive. Just hoping to get something here that is a little lighter. Could I remove this big thing here? I'm wondering. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, it's not bad. This one is a really small one, but it will grow and it's going to be more proportioned. Yeah. Maybe the angle should be a little more like this, but that's something for the next 3 pots. Okay, I also have a cascade version of this. So this is the cascade version of this Ginseng ficus. I don't know how these roots are going to look when I get this thing out of the pot next year. I think maybe next summer, at the end of the summer, I should repot this, but now I really need to define some more stuff, and I have a few wires here that are, well, biting in quite badly. So first of all I need to remove these wires. Yeah, it's a big bite into the tree. And there's no way I can show you that because there's too much foliage. But once I do some trimming, it will become obvious. But it's not a big deal on a ficus. And yeah, well, when you want to make a cascade, well, sometimes you have to put heavy wire on a tree, and that's what I had to do. And now the wire is gone. It's quite a heavy wire. I'll probably have to reuse this wire, which I will do. But first, some trimming. Now, I am going to do exactly the same. So I'm going to remove what grows up, what grows down, and leaving everything that is, well, this grows down just a little, but that can be wired. So I'm gonna keep that. This grows up too much, so I'm going to select a brown leaf here, so this bud can open. Same for this branch, this grows up, so I'll redirect that. I'm going to go a little faster than on the previous tree, This is the apex. I'm not going to do anything here. That's, well, not right now. And then the back of the tree. So this is a back branch. Grew like crazy. But that's good, of course. And this probably will be wired somewhere in the future, but I'd like to have some more ramifications, so let's cut it back a little. This is also a back branch that I cut back a couple of months ago, but it looks like it's starting to have some side branches now. So I'll also shorten a whole lot of stuff. This branch, well, that's it's not nice. It should have, I only have branches growing up and down, and I don't have anything on the side, so that's not nice. So I'll have to redirect everything here. Yeah. Well, I'll cut it here. So maybe I can just open that up that way. This one is, oh, did that. This one is a little long here in the back. These are also a little long. Then I have this branch here with a new little branch exactly coming out of the trunk at the exact same spot, so that I don't want that. And here I have, I don't know if you can see that. Here I have 3 branches, but this one grows a little bit too high. Yeah, so I think that takes care of the informal upright part of this tree, except for the apex that I want to grow a little bit more in that direction. So I'm going to search for a branch pointing, a leaf pointing that way, so that one. So I'll cut back this portion. And this is very flexible. This should be like that. And then I can of course remove some of these leaves. Yeah. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. And this is the cascading branch with, you see the big wire mark here. So for this branch, the end of the cascade is here. That's the longest one. So this can be shortened. This is growing on the inside. I don't think I need that. I'm gonna need this for sure. This is already starting to split up in 2, so that's nice. So again, a little extra split is welcome. Do I need this? No. This one, no. And then we have one here in the back, which might be a little much, because maybe in the future this one can come down and take that place, but okay. Let's just make it a little less heavy. And then I can also always remove it later. And this, yeah, well, this is the cascading branch. So I'm going to let that one grow out. Maybe a little bit more in this direction from now on, so that I can have a few pads on every side. Okay, so I think that's it. So I'm really wondering how this will look in a year, when I can remove this moss and this thing. And well, it's obvious that some of these roots are doing great. Now I hope that they are, I'm not sure that they're already around this rock. Now probably the thing will be tilted a little bit more, but that will be something to have a look at when I repot this. And it's gonna be a heavy thing. Yep, very heavy. Yep, so this concludes the video for today. So this is the little traditional 360. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And well, yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching and see you next time.